Hiya! Welcome to Hooked on You Spirit Route. Alright, when you look down, you find a volleyball sitting in the sand there next to you. You stare down, frozen. A voice calls out from behind you. Little help, please? You turn around when you see what's waiting for you. Your jaw just about hits the ground. Yeah, no, we already had your babies. Shoo! Yeah, I don't like Wraith. I just don't like Wraith. There we go. That's the route we're going for. The X. Four gorgeous monsters stand halfway between you and a well-tended volleyball court. Each of them oozes with undead energy, a magical aura reaching out and penetrating you via your eyes. Your heart begins to race. Curiosity, fear, desire. You can't help but stare at these casually dressed, let's call them killers. I don't know, not to be judgmental, but that's just the energy they put out there. So many competing feelings rush through your mind all at once, and you're completely paralyzed. Hello? There are weird days, and then there's this. All you can do is look down at the ball and back up at this monstrous lineup of, well, literal monsters. Sexy-ass monsters, though. So what do? Say nothing, do nothing. Is that Spirit? She's just like... She's basically Raven from Teen Titans, right? You stand, frozen in complete silence. Can I be honest with you? It's kind of a weird move. It's as if you truly don't care that someone asks you politely. You're doing you. Despite how much of a weirdo or just a jerk it might make you look like, clearly you don't even care. Is this some kind of display of confidence? Confusion? Sheer awkwardness? You feel judged, but you're not sure how. Yes! Okay, cool. I gotta be nonchalant and cool. So not me. Spirit cuts the silence with a giggle that she quickly swallows when she sees that it caught your attention. Huntress jogs over to collect the ball from the ground next to you, before heading back to the volleyball court with everybody else. Except for Spirit. Okay, I'm immediately getting her attention. This is good. She's really staring you down, her expression hardening as you watch her. The longer you hold her gaze, the more angry she seems to become before turning with a huff and floating off to join the others. Alone again, you look across the beach at these strange residents who casually bat a volleyball back and forth, happily ignoring your intrusion into their private beach. Should you be frightened, worried, excited? I did refer to them as killers, not to give too much away. But at the same time, damn, they are looking very appealing in their own way. And nobody so much as lifted a blood-soaked finger in your direction. Don't be scared, Dex. You're made for this. It seems like you've derailed the volleyball game just by showing up. Yeah, you derailed the You derailed the volleyball game just by showing up, nitwit. And I guess you're also a nitwit. Look, it's best to just go with what Trapper says when he says it. That's a policy I hold for pretty much anyone who seems to have fresh blood on their hands. Hey, don't worry about it. It's just a game. Existence, that is. Besides, you seem a lot more interesting than a silly game. What's your deal? What brings you here? You mean they're here to do more than distract my total domination? That was Wraith. That sign means he was done with the game, too. Either that or he saw a butterfly or something. Look, I don't care why this slack-jawed moron is here. I just want to know if I can kill him or not. You can't. At least not yet. Oh yeah, not yet. Hey Dex, say something. Actually, never mind. Right now, this group has questions. Okay. Answer quick, answer well, be goth, be cool. There's a time quiz. Very important. Or not important. How attractive? Average? No! Okay, fine. No, not starting over, it's fine. Just another face in the crowd. Another normal, meaningless life in an endless cycle. I'm a chipmunk or a grizzly bear. Superpower. Okay, non-visibility, that's you. Not strength, those are you two, so flight? Flight? Technically, I suppose I could fly. Honestly, it's not all that it's cracked up to be. As far as I go, I'm still not where I want to be. What's your best subject in school? History? Nice. It's important to know what came before, so we're not doomed to repeat humanity's mistakes. I mean, we will anyways, but still. Favorite animal? Cat? I'm allergic, so no, but... Oh my gosh. What? Why is everyone looking at me? You think just because I'm a typical cute goth girl, I have some specific love of all things cats, and more specifically black cats? Well, I do, but you can all go to hell anyway. What's your favorite color? Red? What's your dream job? Not working and yeah. If we get to do what we really want, why work at all? Okay, cool. She's liking me so far. I think it just helps that I've done all the Huntress and Trapper stuff already. It takes a lot of courage to break free from society's expectations to climb the ladder. Only she could spin laces into some kind of grand crusade. These damn millennials. Ice cream flavor. Vanilla. Pain. 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 Hey, what's up? I'm Spirit. I don't like most things. I don't really hate most things either. It's not worth my time. But the things I do hate, I really hate, you know? Based on my personal observations, nothing in life is nothing but suffering, and society is a carefully calculated lie to keep everyone subservient to those in power. It's better to choose to just not take part. I've explained this 1,000 times. I'm dead, but I'm not a literal ghost. I just create a trail of fog. I'm not made of it. Whatever, fog body. That's not nice. He's not nice. You love it. Only sometimes. Ew. That's why she likes it. Don't speak for me, I also hate it. Stop speaking entirely, actually. For the first time I agree with Wraith. Let's move on or they'll do this all day. Alright. If we're done playing around, let's do something else instead. Wow, for once I actually agree with the meathead. I say we go to my yacht. No. Wraith rolls his eyes. Don't mind him, he just hates fun and happiness. No, I hate the endless, desperate, soul-crushing pursuit of wealth, the way it's flaunted needlessly and the cruelty it engenders. Why do I hang out by the pool? I find the water calming, simple, beautiful. Hey, what about our volleyball game? We can exercise and have some fun as a group. Are you all serious? There's a perfectly good lounge to chill out over there. Okay, lounge. I'm tired, and besides, I hate being in the sun. Where do you want to go? I mean, yacht, volleyball, beach. Is that the game still? That looks like a lounge. It'd be great to relax for a second at the lounge. To kick up your feet, look out over the ocean, and relax on your own terms. Who would want anything else? Dry, comfortable, enjoying a cool drink on a hot day. It's the best. I mean, what kind of a fool, what kind of a monster, what kind of a mask-wearing psychopath would finally be granted a break from the constant grind of chasing and fighting to get ahead, and then choose to exert themselves in, quite frankly, any way whatsoever? Why am I the only one who gets it? It's time to stop living by their rules. I won't do it any longer. We should probably give her a second to calm down. Finally, freedom from the preposterous premise that the four of us would be engaged in some sort of thrilling 2-on-2 volleyball match. Spirit looks at you from beneath her gigantic sun hat, which I played around a DVD and it was so funny looking. She takes a conspiratorial tone. I don't know whose idea volleyball was in the first place, but I hate them. I tried to feign a sprained ankle, but everybody already knows that I technically float above the ground, so nobody believed I was even putting any pressure on my joints in the first place. Then I tried to annoy everyone by not giving a crap, and when that didn't work, I tried whining, and when that didn't work, I threatened to kill every single person on this island, but it turns out I'm not the first to toss those kind of threats around this island. So thanks, I guess, for getting it called off. Are we threatening each other again? Now it's Dwight who takes the conspiratorial tone, his eyes shifting as he slips into a loud whisper. Please, just make it quick! Is this what you'll be saying when we get behind the bar to make the drink of your dreams? Ah. Hilarious, right? Right, Dwight? Yeah, right. What'll you be having? Oh no, wait. What's Spirit like? I like vodka sodas and I like sangria. She was in school because she couldn't drink, right? Does that make me seem uncool? Not scotch. That wouldn't impress her. If I get a vodka soda, am I calling her basic? Non-alcoholic? I didn't come here to party. I'm just trying to make the best of a very strange situation. I don't know. How about a daiquiri? Oh, I know how to make that. But skip the liquor. Trapper laughs at me. Sure you will, kid. Yes! Okay, cool. I had a feeling. I'm like, does she think drinking is, you know, beneath her? Or she died too young and doesn't drink? I don't know. Don't mind him. We need to soak ourselves in booze. We don't need to soak ourselves in booze just to please someone else's expectations. If you ask me, there's enough spirits here already. Besides, alcohol just numbs you to the painful realities of the world. I choose to face them head on. You never do something like, I don't know, hide from it all beneath the world's largest hat or anything? Please allow me to ignore any fashion advice from a man wearing a doll's face as a mask. Not a doll's face, jerk. Since we fulfilled your requests, it's time for you to return the favor. Ugh, I should have known there was a catch. Icebreaker time. I swear, had I known they'd pull this kind of faux enthusiastic community building crap, I'd have suggested we attempt to walk to the lowest point of the ocean before I ever set foot in this bar. You don't think that could be kind of fun? A little fun? Never mind, I hate it. This sucks. But it could be fine, or whatever you say. Has anyone seen my hat? I've literally never seen him in a hat. If we must make small talk, I'm at least picking a topic before we end up being forced to do some lame improv game that nerds learn at their non-sports after-school activities that I definitely never did because I'm no nerd. I think she'd off-protest too much. Sounds like what a nerd would say. Sitting here on this beautiful sunny afternoon, warm sand beneath the cool fog beneath my severed feet. The topic I choose is books. Novels, comics, fiction or none. Reading is the only real escape from the inescapable horror of life. The escape into your own mind. A groan rolls through the crowd. Not a lot of readers here, I guess, based on that response. They were much more enthusiastic about drinking. Considering the situation we're in, it seems an appropriate time to ask you. What's your desert island book? The one you'd bring if you were, well, on an island like this? Oh, and it has to be classic horror for reasons that should be obvious. Okay, I do like Frankenstein. She means because this is an island of horror villains, and also those books were all in the public domain. Nothing too modern. Humanity has really gone soft in the past 100 years. What's your favorite? Frankenstein! Okay, wait. Are you cool with that? Wait, no, I didn't read it. And I also have seen 3 versions of Frankenstein. Oh my god, why am I saying I didn't read it? But I've seen like 3 versions. Yeah, you know, you can lie to make yourself look smarter. They're killers, not mind readers. Oh no, shoot, get out of here. Oh, that's a good one. Seeking knowledge, but finding only death? Yeah, I've been there. Oh right, she's goth girl, she was a Dracula. I can't say that my experiments have been successful, but well, fingers crossed. And fire, don't even get me started. Huh? Experiments? Crap. Not again. I swear. Every excuse you give him, it's this talk about, shut up. Did you tell me to shut up? Sorry. Take it from me. This one likes to think he's a scientist, but he's actually the monster. Can't I be a little bit of both? Well, like I said, I haven't actually read it. But that sounds smart enough that I'd be willing to believe it's the true meaning of the story. Enough about old stories that belong to somebody else. I think it's time to make up some new stories of our own. Before you know what's going on, Huntress is waving an empty vodka bottle in the air. a devilish twinkle in her half-mask, uncovered eye. Might have said something a little naughty? Oh, jeez. Let's all get a circle and spin this bad boy. Great idea. Oh, Trickster, not you again. I was ready for this. I mean, I was. Hello, and who is this new fan in the waiting? Beat it, Hack. Well, I don't know. Why can't we invite him in? Oh, I can't stay. I was just saying it's a great idea, while also teasing the secret Trickster ending. I've got much better things to do than hang out here. I'm famous. Toodaloo. The rules are simple. First you spin, then you swap spit. That's it. But let's be clear, this ain't a peep show. We're here to have a good time, but in a classy way. I'll make us happen in the view of public eye. Real romantic-like. Yes, romance is the goal. So we'll be all waiting here in complete silence trying to listen in and use our imaginations while you make out on the other side of the bar, but not watching. Like adults. Romantic, well-adjusted adults. Dex, you're up. Ready. Here we go. Spin the ball and see you're in a smooch. Heck. Oh my god, thank goodness. You got spirit. You two are meant to be. Psych. Oh, god damn it. Get your spin on. No! This is hard. Oh no. Okay, two spirits. Why? 3 spirits. Spirit. Okay, thank goodness. Spirit's your true match. Oh. Just this morning, you were waking up on a strange beach, surrounded by strangers with murderous intent. Now you're looking across the beach towel at Spirit, lust in her eyes, sweat glistening on her skin. Your heart races. You can feel your pulse pounding in your ears. Spirit takes you by the hand and you sit face to face in a private section of the bar. She begins to reach for you, putting her hands on your shoulders. You're sweating, but not in the sexy way she is. You're sweating in the gross way you would sweat in an interview for a job you're not even remotely qualified for. You don't know what to do. If you try and lock lips in this state, you might gross her out so completely that she'll never be able to look at you romantically again. Spirit, I have some bad news for you. Oh no, I have something in my teeth, don't I? It might be seaweed. I have no idea how long I was in the ocean. Well, no, well, maybe. But that's not what I was gonna say. It's not happening. Not now, maybe not ever. If they think I'm gonna make out with some stranger just because a bottle told me to, they've got another thing coming, and so do you. Namely, a katana. Into your heart, if you even try to make a move under such absurd circumstances. Wait, I wasn't gonna. Yeah, I know. You seem pretty harmless. And not at all that bad to kiss, if I were interested. Which I'm not at this moment in time. Are we gonna tell them we kissed? We are. I'm not above lying to get what I want. So that thing about me not being that bad to kiss, that was a lie to get me to play along? If you want to know the truth, figure it out yourself. But don't expect this life to just hand you gifts like me. All I was ever handed was pain and suffering. Treat me well and I'll return the favor. Otherwise, try a different route and see what happens. I hate to break up such a passionate moment. That we only assume was passionate because we never spy on you constantly while trying to stay on the island. But dinner's being served right away. We must insist that you join us. Maybe we don't want anyone to die of starvation. Well, and there are so many more interesting things to die from. You wake up to find Spirit holding your limp body, gingerly pouring cool water into your mouth. Don't you just love the ocean at night? I do. Staring out over the vast darkness of the ocean really validates the feelings inside me that we're all truly insignificant and the only thing worth pursuing is revenge. I have to wonder, how could anyone believe anything else? You look out into the darkness of night and ponder her question. Well, it's a simple question. How could they? How could anyone not feel small and alone in the face of such massive nothingness? Wait, are you asking me as in me, or are you saying like a general you, or I'm talking about you? How could anyone not feel small and alone in the face of such massive nothing? guess. If I say you found something special, I should hint towards romance, right? Okay, cool. Good save. Good save, fake visual novel me. I mean, I used to feel that way, small, unimportant, alone, but lately I'm not too sure. I've started to feel different. I've started to actually think that maybe this island is where I might meet someone special. You look at Spirit, who has turned from the ocean to look at you while you speak on this topic she's clearly so passionate about. A friend? Perhaps something more? I don't know what this island has planned for me. A friend? Friends are just cowards who seek comfort in numbers. I had friends once, back before I was chopped into a bunch of pieces by my father. Friends aren't what's keeping me held together. I'm floating in a cloud of rage. Ugh. I was so dumb. I was worried she was talking about me. She was talking about herself. Cool, I'm still good. I was so busy trying to please everyone and be the perfect student, the perfect employee, the perfect daughter. I didn't take care of myself. And now I'm all I've got. Worst of all, I got distracted from my true purpose, my destiny, the purpose that was sitting inside me my whole life. Okay, this might sound a bit silly, but... Spirit looks around to see if there's anyone else on the beach. When she's convinced that it's only you two, she continues. There's a dragon that lives inside of me. I've always known, but I've tried to ignore it. When I couldn't ignore it, I tried to push it down. I'm so stupid. Wait, you don't sound stupid. That sounds badass. Right, but I didn't let it out. And then, you know, chop chop. And now the dragon is pretty much a one-track revenge beast. But enough about me. What's inside of you, stranger? A lot of fire or darkness? Darkness sounds like I'm trying too hard. No dragon, but a lot of fire. A raging inferno, in fact, begging to burn this whole place down if I let it out. Maybe I'm a dragon? Damn it. I am failing this. Should I start this over? No, we'll continue. And if I feel really bad she kills me, then I'll start over. I'm sorry, but you're no dragon. And breathing fire, that's some hobbit-type nonsense. I'm a descendant of a proud samurai. Our dragons are on a whole nother level. Okay, sounds like there's only room for one dragon-sized spirit after all. Just as things are starting to really heat up, you hear a flurry of footsteps behind you and quickly spin around, ready to fend off whatever new dangers popped up on the strange island. Only to find out it's just Dwight and Claudette. It's very important we stick to the itinerary and attend each event as scheduled. Alright, Dex, who do you think should go? Ah, that's a name. Okay. Well, I'm picking Spirit, obviously. I choose you, Spirit. Really? You want to hear from me? Spirit huffs and dramatically rolls her eyes as she gets to her feet in front of the campfire. Don't talk her out of it. She's great at ghost stories. I don't know where she gets it, but she comes up with the scariest stuff. Seriously disturbing. Even to me. And I literally pulled a guy's skull and spine out once with my bare hands. Talk about bullshit stories. If everyone else is going to chit-chat, I guess I can sit down and... Huntress's eyes go red behind her mask, and both Trapper and Wraith take their seat. They know when it's worth fighting and when it's not. Ahem. Well, I hate to break it to you, but tonight's story isn't scary. It's a romance. Too late now, though. I was selected, so I'm going to tell my story. I call it The Prisoner's Kiss. You notice that Huntress and Wraith are both sharing a giant tub of popcorn. Nobody offered you popcorn. It was a dark summer night. Warm rain seeped from the sky like blood from an old wound. Detective Hota, a celebrated investigator and renowned hostage negotiator, was called to the scene of a strange occurrence, unlike anything she had ever seen before. When she arrived, the scene was chaotic. Crowds began to gather. A dozen other officers were doing everything they could to keep curious onlookers away. But how could anyone resist wanting to know more? For there, in the middle of a busy market, had appeared a giant box. Strange, alien in its appearance and massive in size. No one knew how it got there. Was it delivered? Built on site? In such a busy area, how could something like this just appear? It's a mystery, as if it was conjured by magic. But this was no illusion. The huge box was very real, and someone was trapped inside. Spirit pauses her story to look from face to face of each audience member. She has no expression, but you feel her vibrating with energy. She's in her element. "Help me," someone cried inside the box. It was a man, terrified, trapped, imprisoned, his voice trembling. By now, it was as if every detective in the city was there, looking the strange structure up and down, expecting on every side. It didn't make any sense. There were no doors, no windows, no fasteners or seams. It was completely solid and much too heavy to move by hand. Solid, that is, except for a single small slit, just enough to see the bloodshot eyes of the prisoner trapped inside. "I don't know what happened. I woke up and here I was. I'm so scared. Please help me," cried the man, as if pleading for his life. No stranger to tense situations, Detective Hata comforted the man. She used her training to calm him and buy time for the other investigators. However, time did not bring clarity, only anxiety. As the night dragged on but no progress opened the box. And as the night grew longer, the seeping rain puddling on the ground, the man inside grew more desperate, more sad, more lonely, more pathetic and in need of help. But Detective Hata was no help at all. Powerless to save him, guilt began to weigh on her, like it never had before. "Don't let me die in here," the man begged. "Don't let me die alone." "Stay calm," instructed Detective Hata. "You're not alone. I'm here. Hell, half the town is here. We're all in this together, and we won't let this be the end of your story." Looking through the narrowest of passageways, Detective Hata watched her own reflection in the tear-filled eyes of the strange, sad prisoner. Together, they both wept in silence at the hopelessness of the moment. "Promise?" asked the man. "Promise that I'm not alone?" "Yes," she promised. "I do." A simple pledge, she felt an instant connection like she never felt before. Not to her family, not to her friends, not to any of the other hostages she had worked so hard to free before. And so, when the man's eyes closed and backed away, it didn't scare Detective Hata, for she knew he would return. And he did, pressing his lips up to the narrow slit in this horrible puzzle box, repeating his question again, steam flowing from his mouth as he asked, "Promise? Promise that I'm not alone?" "Yes," she promised. "I do." And pressing her palms against the cold outside the box, without truly knowing why, Detective Hata leaned forward and placed her own lips on the opening, letting her breath creep into the strange structure, allowing her warm lips to fall on this man's. It was a gentle kiss, a moment of compassion. She could feel in this brief contact the beating of her heart, pulsing blood through every inch of her body, matched beat for beat in this soft touch. "Thank you," said the man, no trace of fear remaining in his voice, and he backed away into the darkness, disappearing in a single moment of eerie calmness. "Get back!" yelled an officer, suddenly thrusting himself between Detective Hata and the box, breaking a silence that would soon be filled with a cacophony of whirring gears and clicking latches, a symphony of mechanical activity happening all at once. Something had triggered, as if an unseen lever pulled, and the side of a giant box began to slide open. Detective Hata gripped her flashlight tightly and pushed forward into the foggy interior of the giant box. Her feet splashed in the puddled rainwater, her heart racing as she swept her light from side to side. And that's when her eyes landed on the man, or at least landed on what should have been him. There, in the corner of the box, was a pile of pieces, like parts of a doll almost pulled apart, or perhaps that's just how Detective Hata had to think of him in that moment to survive. A collection of segments, limbs, pieces, disconnected from one another, cleanly severed and placed in a neat little pile. And atop the pile a head, cold, pale, eyes open, lips an icy blue. Spirit stares at the fire, her own expression lifeless, her lips blue. Okay, of all the stories everyone's told, I like hers the best. Tears fall from her chin and soak into the sand at her feet. You're blown away by the story, and safe to say you're not alone. Everyone else is looking into the fire or up at the sky, anywhere but at Spirit. It was you who chose her. You who initiated this harrowing tale. So sad, so creepy, so sensual? She really went into great detail when it came to describing that kiss. Too much detail. And now no one is sure how to act. Dwight and Claudette are staring daggers at you. You have to do something. This game was supposed to be a lighthearted romp. Please, I said do something. Oh no. I like none of these options. I was like, wait, no, bad me. She's not gonna like public attention of a slow clap, because no one likes... Like, no. Cool story? Yeah, that seems cool, and like, I don't have sunglasses. I have his Monokuma glasses, that makes me look uncool. Like, cool story. Yeah, that sounds chill, because she's not gonna appreciate a hug. Cool story. No! Thanks for the feedback. No, I meant to say like, cool story. Not, cool story? God darn it, I didn't want a question mark on that. Spirit floats away as everyone looks wide-eyed at you. It was pretty cool. So nice of you guys provide validation. Yeah, smooth moves, doofus. On that note, everyone decides it's time to take a break and split up for a little bit so they can all have a moment alone before bed. Everyone leaves and you're alone by the fire. The only thing you can hear is the ocean lapping against the shore. This is nice. I just want to be totally clear. Even though the story bore some similarities to my life, it was not about me in any way, shape, or form. Not symbolically, not metaphorically, not any otherically. Well, sure, I believe you. You were cut to pieces in your life, as was the person in the story. A perfectly normal coincidence. And sure, you're trapped on an island, trapped, one might say, in the most puzzling place. And also a completely regular coincidence. And sure, his lips are blue and your lips are blue. Really? You'd call this blue? Searching for answers, hoping to find revenge. Okay, so similarities stop there, I guess. Coincidences. Sorry, the coincidences. Get this through your head, whoever you are. Samurai blood runs through my veins. Or, well, maybe it's coagulated by now. No need to sweat the details. Regardless, I'm a descendant of noble warriors. Thousands of years of training with bladed weapons preceded my entrance into this world. Do you know how many swords that is? A lot. You've got to figure that with many sharp edges. You gotta figure that with that many sharp edges, a person is bound to get disconnected from a body part here and there. The truth is, I wouldn't typically share this, so don't go blabbing about it. I dreamt that story, like watching a movie in my sleep when I was just a little girl, years before my father sunk his blade into my skin. I'd never been able to shake it. Well, that's a very adult story for a kid to dream. Do you believe me? Yes. I know we just met, but yeah, sure, I believe you. The way you told the story, it clearly came from someplace deep. Fool. Who taught you to trust a stranger? You're gonna get hurt if you don't learn to take better care of yourself. Sorry, kids. It's time for bed. I might be the youngest one here, but I'm no kid. I do, however, love being wrapped up in a fresh, clean towel. My mother used to help me wash my hair when I was young. She'd comb out all the tangles and tie ribbon around it before sending me on my way. I miss her. You watch as Spirit stares off into the distance, her hand gripping into a tight fist. She doesn't notice that you're watching her at first. When she catches you looking, she turns away, roughly grabs a towel from Dwight, and then pushes him and Claudette aside as she floats off. Spirit, are you around? I was wondering if I get a little company. Spirit tells you her secret of falling asleep while she's feeling restless. I like to listen to flute music, dab on some essential oils, and steam my pores. Really? What? Even the dead like to relax. I mean, I don't really have any of those things around. Oh, that's cute. Can I comb her hair? Spirit reaches out and presents you with a unique item. It's a small comb carved from bamboo. I guess you could hold on to this. It was a gift from my mother. I will want it back, though, and if you lose it, well... You'll get your revenge on me? If it's the last thing I do. You finally start to feel sleepy, except maybe this isn't really a sleepy feeling. Maybe you're just paralyzed. You try to keep your eyes open, but you can't. Darkness overtakes you. Oh, look, it's Spirit. Oops, there we go. Oh, look, it's Spirit. Well, that checks out. You two have gotten pretty cozy. We should get out of here. I know a place that brings a bit of welcome darkness's tropical nightmare. Best of all, I'm the only one that seems to know about it, so we won't be bothered there. I don't even know why I'm telling you, really. It's my private spot. But I guess I have a feeling you'll appreciate it the way I do. Not like these other killers. They don't get me. But I'll get them. Oh, I'll get them all, and I'll get my father too. And I'll punish him for what he did to my mother and me. Spirit radiates a menacing aura, waving her sword around in the air as she threatens, well, the entire universe. It's scary, and more than a little hot if you get turned on by menacing. Oh, look. All this time on Murderer's Island has gone to us both. You've seen her get mad, which is probably enough to scare you into compliance. But you've also seen that there's a more sensitive side hiding within her. Which do you think's gonna win out? You consider her offer, but before you can decide if you want to go off with Spirit, the trapper interjects. And he's gonna say choose him instead. I'm like, nah. Literally, air. Spirit's held together by air. I wouldn't put my faith in anyone could be defeated by a strong breeze. Huh, tough choice. Man, I wonder who I'm gonna pick. Spirit. Duh. Spirit. Duh. You've made the correct decision. But know this. Just because you picked me doesn't mean I'm gonna slobber all over you like a dog, understand? Well, yeah, of course. You still have a lot to prove to me. I want to believe that our connection is real, but I've been hurt before, literally, with a katana. A katana that I now wield in spectral form. You feel me? Because if you feel me, if you try any of those macho trapper crap, yeah, I feel ya. Before you ask Clara and Dwight to clarify, I'll just let you know that yes, it's too late to change your answer now. Achievement unlocked. Morose match. Hopefully it's a good one. Hopefully it's not she murders you right now match. You and Spirit arrive at the coast overlooking the Black Lighthouse. It's old and decrepit, but still impressive. There's something magnetic about it. You can see why Spirit would be drawn to such a place. You look Spirit up and down and notice that she's wearing all black. Mostly. Just like the lighthouse. Well, I mean, I'm noticing a bit of a theme. Is black your favorite color? Black isn't a color at all. It's the absence of color. It's a void. Like a black hole. A place that swallows light, a dying star. Damn, that's dark. You're confident Spirit will vibe with this, but she doesn't care for science fiction. Not the type of spaceships and lasers anyhow. She's much more into strange adventures that kick off right here on Earth. Earth, isn't that where we are, you wonder? The lapping waves on the shore and the coast set, and the lapping waves on the shore of the coast set a romantic tone. The fog that surrounds Spirit everywhere she goes blends perfectly with the mist rolling over the rocky shoreline. She's at one with this place, and so are you. The peace doesn't last too long, however, as the lighthouse lets out an eerie howl like a monster dying. A spiraling black light stretches out across the sky. Spirit has to yell at you just to be heard. Oh yeah, it does that. The light and sound recede and two of you sit in silence. Spirit lays a towel down and pats it gently. She clearly wants your company, so you oblige. When you do, she takes out some sunscreen and hands it to you. You're not exactly sure what to do. Is this an invitation to get a little hands-on action? What else could it be? Thanks? Thanks. I forgot to bring my own when I lost my memory and fell into the ocean. No problem. I figured as much. Spirit turns away while you slather lotion all over your body. You need any help reaching those difficult spots? You see a hand float around your back. Sure, why not? Spirit's hand on your back is ice cold, but she has a soft touch. When she's done, she takes care of herself. You watch a Spirit apply sunscreen to herself in the most unique way, by floating her own hand around her back to spread it on. Okay, so I don't feel like she asked about the shards of glass. I should compliment her. Compliment how ingenuity. Oh no, not superhero. How did I say that? The fact that your hands just float around you like that, you can reach things way easier than I can. It's almost like you're some kind of superhero. Yeah. I'm glad you get a kick out of it, but floating severed limbs isn't exactly the type of superpower you think you'd wish for as a kid. I'd much rather be able to read minds. Then maybe I'd understand why some people act the way they do. Apologize. If I say I'm jealous, she's gonna chop me up and be like, here, you try it. Oh, I'm sorry. I clearly hadn't thought through what your experience was like. Sometimes humor is how you deal with uncomfortable situations, but you clearly read the room wrong. I was just thinking about what you must have gone through to end up like that. It had to have been horrible. It was worse than death. At least death ends eventually. But I wouldn't want to forget it. It literally made me who I am right now. Truth is, I could pull out all these bits of glass that are stuck in my flesh right now if I wanted to. But I don't want to. Each shard is a reminder of what my father did to me and what the world did to him. That's why I refuse to play the universe's game. I hate the idea that I'll be forced to succumb to pressure the way he did in the end. The way that fear and anger filled him up and came bursting out. The way his misery flooded our home and drowned us all. You okay? It's hard not to think about revenge. The dragon inside me. It's doing to me what the world did to him. I have to fight it. Even though it gives me strength, I must maintain control. Well, you're stronger than you ever was, I'm sure of it. I appreciate that, Dex. I suppose a little help isn't a bad thing in life, in love. This world is a lot to endure alone. Maybe I could use some assistance in reaching my delicate toes for a bit of lotion. Oh, jeez. You know, having your body contort in these ventral poses, it really does a number on my joints. It rubs the lotion on the skin. No, it's a mini game too. God damn it. Okay. That's not weird at all. Perfect. Is this me the one minigame I'm really good at? Concerning. Okay. Oh, that's miss. Oh my gosh. Well, I suppose the lotion made it we're supposed to be going eventually. And you weren't too incredibly wasteful. I'm not a woman who believes in rushing through things just to get them done. If there's a next time, I'm sure you'll do better. Okay, I'm sorry. You look up at the lighthouse, its ominous dark form hovering above this moment between spirit and yourself. Evil as it clearly is, in this case, it does you a solid by blurting out a number of ominous moan and bursts of black light that rescues you from this awkward silence. Oh, a ghost ship! From seemingly out of nowhere, an ancient-looking ship appears in the water. It glows, itself a thing of death, a spirit of a ship that once sailed these seas centuries ago. A tattered black flag whips in the ocean air above the ship as it careens toward the shore. Before crashing on the rocks, it must have been drawn in by the lighthouse. You hear distant shouting of sailors as the old wooden ghost ship breaks up and sinks into the water. Oh, that's right. It does that sometimes, too. Should we do something? Nah, the sharks will take care of it. Within a minute, the ocean is quiet again, except for the waves. Note to self, hungry sharks. But these time-traveling pirates, or whoever they are, who they were, you're half sure you saw one of those skull and crossbow flags, aren't the only ones drawn here today. Oh god, it's Wraith. Move! It's Wraith. He emerged from the palm trees behind you. I didn't come here to break up your date or something. I came here for that. Wraith points to the lighthouse. It's indifferent to his attention. I've been seeing it in my dreams, shining a strange light on me. I can't avoid it, though, through woods and walls. Nothing seems to stop it from reaching out to me. Duh. It's a haunted lighthouse. It does that to everyone at some point. You're no more special than me. Those dead pirates, that mermaid I saw washed up on the shore that one time. Ew. Mermaids, by the way, aren't even as close to as beautiful in person as they are in the movies. More sea witch than underwater princess, if you get my drift. It's all part of a vast conspiracy, an epic river of lies that runs beneath the island or something. I'm pretty sure I figured it out, the basics anyway. If you come with me, you can get cut. Spirit waves her katana, nearly trimming a couple buttons off of Wraith's tropical top. He takes the hint and backs away a few steps slowly. For the quiet guy, he never really shuts up. Okay, be that way, we'll see. Alone at last, tension broken, deathly moans quiet, the Wraith vanished back to wherever he hangs out. You scooch closer to Spirit, breathing in damp, foggy air that seems to emanate from her. It's not quite clear how that whole fog thing works, but you don't even care. You're feeling this moment. Spirit seems to be feeling it too. She starts to adjust to her robe, and you get a peek at the bathing suit underneath. For someone who seems intent on proving how little she cares about what everyone else thinks, she's put a lot of work into getting into that suit. It's got straps for days. Spirit walks you around a corner to show you something she discovered in this place, and knew was meant to be connected with her journey. A cherry tree. It's just a small sapling, but it has begun to sprout flowers. It doesn't make sense to see a cherry tree here, in this place. It also doesn't make sense to see a ghost in a black bathing suit, so you just accept it. As Spirit steps up to the tree, a cold breeze pulls some petals off, and they come cascading through the air around the both of you. Do you know the meaning of the cherry blossom? They're beautiful, but also quite symbolic. Of course, like all good symbols, their meaning is pretty complicated. Well, what do they mean to you? For many people, being around cherry blossoms is like being at the celebration of life. People travel great distances just to be near their vibrant beauty. However, as beautiful as they might be, they aren't magical. They're simply flowers. They quickly die and fade away. And for this reason, there is also a symbol of fleeting... They are also a symbol of the fleeting nature of life, of our own fragile mortality. In a way, it's a specter of looming death that calls attention to the special moment. I see and appreciate life. How does that duality make you feel, Dex? You know, I was saying the words and I wasn't listening. Okay, duality of fleeting life. Well, I don't want to say frustrated. That sounds mean. I don't want to say empowered because that sounds like I'm lying. Unsure? Spirit's question is easy to answer. You want to impress her, but you also want to be true to yourself. The entire range of human experiences stretches out before you, and you feel paralyzed by the different options available to you this moment. And that's okay. It wasn't a simple question with a simple answer. Who knows if Spirit herself even has an answer in mind. However, it occurs to you like the fallen blossoms wilting at your feet. This chance at connecting with the most beautiful person in front of you might be fleeting. Is one of these answers a better choice, or do you remain unsure? What? Okay, so we're saying my time with her is fleeting, so be empowered and seize the moment? Oh, the knowledge that life and death are a cycle has given me peace. Accepting the fleeting nature of life, like the beauty of a flower in bloom, allows me to appreciate the moment without being too hung up on what comes next. I was like, wait, are you happy crying or sad crying? Are you impressed with me crying or not impressed with me crying? As you explain, Spirit's face begins to look sad at you. You're not sure why. It's not the happiest topic, life and death, but why should that matter? And then it dawned— oh, right. I may have to start this game over. And then it dawns on you. Spirit's been trapped in a ghastly state of death with no hope to cycle back. No rebirth. Her moment of blossoming life long gone. A scary time of death and decay that comes after a good part. That's Spirit's eternity. I feel like an idiot. I wasn't talking about you. I wasn't even thinking about you. I just— You answer from the heart. I can't let that bother me. Our priorities are not the same. I have my mission. Once the fallen cherry blossoms represent the souls of samurai warriors. Those with noble characters, those who do not fear death, those who were killed in the great sacrifice to honor their emperor. Their lives were short, but their purpose gave them beauty. Those warriors saw death coming, but they never despaired. They stood and faced it. They held their swords and struck down their fear. But despite the samurai spirit that lives on in me, my noble bloodline, my life is ended, but my death continues to stretch on. The cycle is frozen. The cherry tree, it's not real. Though its petals fall, they'll soon replenish, as if it were installed here by someone. You watch as Spirit chooses her words carefully. By something with no respect for the balance of life and death. Well, we're sorry to interrupt. You know we don't believe you, right? Yep. But listen, we got a really good reason. And it has nothing to do with us being manipulated by an unseen force, because that definitely is not happening. Nobody accused you of that, but okay. We're just here to tell you it's time for dinner. Get it while it's hot. I guess it's time to go or whatever. Thanks for spending time with me today. I enjoyed it. Me too? Okay, I don't want to mess this up. I feel like I'm not doing too well. Okay, let's tell a story. Okay, oh, not action. I think adventure sucked last time I told it, and she likes romance. So romance? I'm gonna tell a romantic story. About two lovers who take a poison together and die foaming at the mouth? Or about two strong hunters who meet when they both try to bludgeon the same wily Wolverine? Okay, not quite. It's about my parents. They met at a party in college. He was hosting. She'd been dragged there by some friends. They couldn't have been more different, and yet, as the night went on, they were drawn to each other. She made fun of his taste in music, and she took an interest in her major, women's studies. They were married within 2 months. A bit too soon to know if you can trust someone, don't you think? It's sweet. Exactly. I learned a lot about love from them. If you know, you know. Some people don't need years to get acquainted with their partner. Love can spark from a mere look across the campfire. Now that you got their attention, every killer is fiercely attempting to catch your eye from across the fire pit. Except for Trickster. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, it wasn't a good story. But it wasn't quite bad. So who else do you want to hear from? Okay, Spirit, obviously. I suppose I could tell a story, but I don't really want to. But anything I say should be better than whatever you get out of anyone else in this group. Like all good stories, I stole this one from someone in the past who is dead now and can't do anything about it. It's called The Bride, or technically, I suppose, The Fiancé. One winter, a young couple decided that the next spring they would be married. The two were madly in love and could not wait for the snow to melt, so they could join in matrimony and unite their souls for eternity. Per the latest bridal trends, they decided to have their wedding ceremony at the edge of the woods, by a beautiful shabby chic farmhouse. Together they spent months planning the details of the wedding. The two created invitations, figured out seating arrangements, and tasted 100 cakes before settling on the perfect one. They chose Lilikoi, by the way, so fancy. When it came time to figure out the decorations, however, the bride, or fiancé, I guess, since she wasn't actually married yet, wanted to take the lead and set the style. After all, her boyfriend had been wearing cargo shorts and open-toe sandals for pretty much their entire relationship. He was definitely not to be trusted. Having decided on such a lovely natural setting for the ceremony, the fiancée decided that she would create unique floral arrangements for the local wildflowers that surrounded the farmhouse. As soon as the sun rose on the first day of spring, she set off into the woods. Each day she spent hours mapping out where the best blooms could be found, and prepared to pick them herself in the morning of the wedding, so that they'd be at their height of their freshness and beauty. Enamored with the incredible variety of flowers in the woods she surveyed, the bride, or the fiancé, since they had not yet been married, became obsessed with knowing just how many there were, so that she could choose the absolute best. When the fateful morning of her big day came, the fiancé told her husband-to-be that she had one final errand before the wedding. Excited for the ceremony to come, she dressed in her beautiful white gown and set off into the woods to gather flowers. Treading carefully, she followed her route, selecting only the best stems and collecting them into a basket. However, when she came into a once familiar clearing, something was not as she expected. Somehow it was more beautiful now than it had ever been, and just on the edge of her view, there was a new bush filled with some blossoms so vibrant and colorful she became dizzy just by looking at them. But the fiancé ignored her sudden spell and pressed ahead, scooping up flower after flower, and every time she did, she noticed that just further ahead, and possibly even more beautiful blossoms. Carried by the sweet fragrance of spring air, the fiancé crept farther and farther into the woods until she turned a corner, stepped over a mossy fallen tree trunk, and realized she had been here before. But it wasn't the clearing she remembered, or at least not as she remembered it. The flowers were suddenly overripe, decaying, falling from their stems into festering moldy piles on the floor. Where bees had been, not only flies buzzed. Where the scene of flowers had once intoxicated her, the odor of mildew now made her sick. She turned and looked back, but the path was dark. Into a shadowy glen she walked and walked and walked. That day, as guests gathered at the farmhouse, the fiancé was nowhere to be seen. Her friends, family, and love began to look for her, but to no avail. They searched the pasture, the tree line, and into the forest, but there were no beautiful wildflowers or young lovers to be seen. Just old dead trees, trampled vines, and moss-covered rocks. The fiancé stayed a fiancé for an eternity, always wandering, looking for fresher blooms to clip, but never finding them. Distracted by a never-ending search for perfection, unable to see that you are loved for who you are, out there all alone. I thought it was beautiful and sad, just like someone else we know. Spirit? Oh, you picked me. Yay. Sorry, that was rude of me. I despise phoniness, so I should be honest with you. You make for interesting company. I love the idea of winning over these other killers at all costs. Even when I hate the game and the prize, but I had a long day. Floating, subverting expectations, grinding my teeth as I imagine sweet, sweet revenge. It takes a lot out of me. Don't stop bringing your A game, alright? It might seem like I hate everything, and getting to really know who I am is an impossible task not worth trying, but too bad. Yeah, I liked Huntress. It was very straightforward. Want baby, give baby, we win. You won't know unless you search deep inside yourself and bring everything you got. Or just say the exact right thing at the right time and melt my cold heart in an instant. I don't know the rules here any better than you do. See you at the bar, I guess. You arrive at the bar to find Dwight and Claudette both holding cocktail shakers, surrounded by a bevy of bottles for assorted boozes. Who's ready to get wasted? As you know, I don't drink, so not me. Unless you mean wasted as in killed, in which case, Dad, if you're out there somewhere, I will find you and waste you for what you've done to me. Oh, you don't drink ever? Is that like because it'll just fall out a hole in your stomach, or... I don't drink alcohol because alcohol is a poison of the body and mind. I don't need to act like a fool to have a good thing. Then why'd you choose a mixology lesson as your romantic nighttime activity? Everyone knows this kind of day is just an excuse to load it up on booze and make terrible decisions. It's true, not a single person has ever learned anything at one of these. Dwight, that's not true. You learned how to tie a cherry knot in... Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. Mixology is a real thing, and it does require alcohol to be interesting. I'll have you know that I worked at a restaurant before I was violently executed. By your father? Of whom you'll have your bloody revenge, right? Yeah, so be it. What about you, Dex? Do you drink? What should I do? I should stay sober, right? Alright, I have the impression that tonight will be a night I want to remember perfectly, so I'm going to pass on the alcoholic drinks. Here, here. Alcohol is a false escape. Besides, it's not like sober people can't have fun. You watch as Spirit picks up a plump cherry and roughly stabs the plastic little sword through it. Cherry juice splatters everywhere and its fruity little guts flop out. And the little fruity guts flop out into Spirit's lap. Oopsie. When the upsides are wearing black, it hardly shows stains. No take backsies. Alright, little bird, so what drink shall we make? Okay, not a beer. Somehow I don't feel like she's gonna appreciate a Bloody Mary. And I feel like she's gonna think I'm insulting her by calling her a zombie. Dark and Stormy sounds goth, right? Yes! How about a dark and stormy drink for my dark and stormy date? Good me. Okay, that one was cute. Please allow us to demonstrate how a dark and stormy is made. First, rum, or in this case, rum extract and a bit of apple juice is poured over ice. And then French... Oh no, I hate ginger beer. And then French ginger beer is added in. Garnish with a lime wheel. And drink. The end. I'm supposed to be paying attention? Do you think you're up for the challenge? Okay, rum substitute, ginger beer over ice. Don't forget the lime wheel. Rum substitute, ginger beer over ice, lime wheel. Not sure I appreciate your tone, but yes, you got it. You're a natural. A sassy natural. You and Dwight have something more in common then. Don't you dare. Spirit seems to be in a lovely mood as she sips her dark and stormy. She's not even rolling her eyes at your petty behavior. On cue, a literal dark storm begins to make its way from the ocean. You taste your own dark and stormy as you watch the clouds approach. It's quite refreshing. Isn't this fun? Well, yeah, it's honestly the most drama-free fun I've had since I got here. And since you picked a simple and delicious drink, we have plenty of time to relax. Want to make out? You breathe a sip of your drink and immediately begin coughing. Before you get a yes out, lightning strikes a palm tree on the beach and immediately sets a fire. The activity ends abruptly as Claudette and Dwight usher the two of you away from the bar. Dex, who do you select to receive these flowers and spend the day with you? Spirit? You approach Spirit, peering below the brim of her impressively large hat into her haunting eyes. Well, Spirit, since I met you, I've been enchanted by your presence. You challenged me to be a better person, and resisted the urge to show me the sharp end of your katana. For that, I thank you. I'm ready to take our relationship to the next level. And we shall. Up to the eye of this dark stormy that is our reality, to the lantern room of the Black Lighthouse. It's time to see what you're made of, Dex. I should probably save the game, because I may mess this up now. Even if I kind of hate this basic tropical vacation stuff like yachts or snorkeling or whatever, it's good for you to see me in the sun at least a little bit. There's more to me than what you've already gotten to experience. I know that my whole vibe can be a little dark. The hat, the swimsuit, the plume of floating hair. This wasn't always who I was. I was a normal young woman once. Went to school, hung out with friends. I even had a part-time job working at a restaurant in town. And then... Well, I know what happened. Your father, Yeah. He murdered me and I awoke as an undead avenger. That's not what I was getting at. Something else happened to me. I realized I needed to be seen. I don't even know by whom, A lot of time when you think about ghosts, they're these kind of see-through, flickering specters. You imagine reaching out and having your hand go right through them. Oh, that sort of thing. Maybe there's some weird warpy effect in the world around you, I don't know. Depends on the movie you're watching. But when I died, well, I dare you to try and reach your hand through me. Not really. It's not an invitation, it's rhetorical. Why'd I end up this way? Who brought me here to this island? Who knows? I sure don't. I've got my ideas, but I'm not exactly out there digging in caves or dusting off antiques or trying to find clues and analyze their meanings. I do want to take this experience seriously, though. I want to give the process a chance. It may be a dumb process, and one that I have extremely little respect for as a person. But you just woke up on this beach with no memory of who you are or where you came from, and rather than freak out as we try to swim away, you're giving this a chance. You know, I didn't think about swimming away. It's not. However, the fact that you've never even tried, I think that means you've got courage. Or an open mind. Or, I don't know, maybe you stuck around because you like someone you met here. Yeah, maybe. While the two of you are getting all deep and philosophically flirty, the yacht pulled up to the shore next to the Black House. You arrive at the beach near the majestic black lighthouse. Its imposing form towers above you. A flock of birds circle lazily, no sense of fear or urgency, as if circling a corpse that hasn't moved in ages. I'm excited about today's. Spirit places her wrist delicately in your hand and presses your fingers down against your skin. It's cool to the touch, but you feel... Is that the faintest of pulses? Oh, my blood is absolutely pumping. So what happens now? Now I show you something that no one has ever seen up close before. Well, no one who's lived to tell the tale about it. We're going there. Spirit points to the top of the lighthouse, amongst the circling birds. Wait, what's actually up there? Have you seen it? Spirit's hand floats up as she scratches her head. You don't know if you see her at a loss for words like this. What's your mortal status? Because despite what our lanky friend seems to think, the lighthouse is not to be trifled with. It's a beacon of death and suffering that brings doom to it from all corners of the world, if not further. Well, duh, you saw a friggin' pirate ship seemingly travel through space and time, only to crumble at the rocks beneath its spooky tower. Be something to point it out, because that wouldn't be romantic. I mean, I think I'm alive. I'm here with you, walking this beach, feeling the water on my feet, feeling the sun on my skin. Here with me, the spirit. Does that really make you feel alive? If you come with me in the eye of the Black Lighthouse, you may never return. Is that a risk you're willing to take? Because we have something, I won't deny it, I feel it. I'd hate for you to simply turn to ash. If we were to commit right here and now to figuring this out as friends, we could put that risk off for another time. I don't know if I want you. I can't decide this for you. I can only warn you that it may not be safe. You might die up there, and there's nothing I can do about it. Yeah, sure, why not? You take a deep breath and think about every particle of sea air as it travels into your body and fills your lungs. It may be the last time you have such a thought, but you feel strangely at peace with that information. I don't need another friend. I want something more. I'd risk my life for it. Spirit smiles a quirky, devilish smile. Right this way. Yeah, what am I gonna not do the chapter? Inside the lighthouse it's almost pitch black. It was seemingly day when you stepped through the door, but inside this place is like a void. The last thing you see as the final rays of sun leave you is the horrible sight of a petrified body laying on the stairs, reaching not up but down as if it had been crawling. Watch your step. The things we do for love. When you arrive in the lantern room at the top of the Black House, you breathe out a sigh of relief. The light is out and seemingly defunct. Dust cakes the room, as though it hasn't been operated in a century. However, somehow... It was just this morning, a moment ago, but now it's night? What do you mean a moment ago? We've been standing here looking out over the ocean all day. I really enjoyed the peaceful time together with you, taking in the view, standing in complete silence for hours. It was kind of my perfect date. Why do I say I don't remember that? I just called it a perfect date and you can't be bothered to remember it? What kind of game are you playing with me? I mean, I want to remember it, it's just that for some reason my mind's completely blank. But hey, I'm not dead. Oh, you're already dead and have been this whole time. Okay, that's true. Maybe we'll never know. It doesn't look like the light's working. Even turned off, the light has a power to it. The massive lens refracts moonlight through itself, a subtle sparkle that has a hypnotic effect. Maybe that's where the day went, staring into this light as the sun fell and the moon rose. Thanks for spending the day with me. I had a really good time. Oh, that's it? Don't get me wrong, this is really cool and all, just... I don't know what I expected. I suppose if you thought you were walking into your death and nothing happened, it might feel a bit anticlimactic. Sorry, anyhow. It's time to go. Here. Just let me flip the light for the staircase so it's easier to get down. The stairs still look pretty dark. Maybe it... Spirit's interrupted by a strange hum, and then it becomes frighteningly clear to you. That switch wasn't for the stairs. It was from the main lantern, a lantern that's now beginning to power up. The faintest smell of burning begins to reach your nose. Oopsies. Looks like that maybe wasn't the switch for the stair lights after all. Now I really see who's alive and who's really dead, I suppose. It was bound to happen sooner or later. You slam your eyes closed, hoping that somehow not looking at the light itself will protect you. I'm not sure I see the logic in that, but if it is magic, it kinda defies logic. I mean, I want to see it, but I'm a little scared. Don't look directly into the light. Open your eyes and look only at me, and I'll keep you safe. Okay. Sure? Oh, no. Okay. Close? Perfect? Okay, I'll take perfect. 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 Close? Close? Are you okay? You seem okay. I hope I haven't ruined this by pushing you to do something you weren't meant to do. You're so brave. Not coordinated, but brave. I'm so lucky you put yourself through this for me. It shows that you're real. Despite your attempt to resist it, the incredible force of energy from the black lighthouse's lantern's eye refuses to subside. No, it can't be ignored. It doesn't matter if you look directly at it or not. In the end, it was just a trivial game. This is real life and real magic. You stare at it now and its power penetrates your mind. Oh, wait. No, I recognize this cave. This is Trapper's thing. You wake to hear the spirit's muffled voice. You got a terrible taste in your mouth, like burnt hair. The air feels damp. It smells like ash. It's time for the sound to clear up, but eventually Spirit's words start to make sense to you. However, it's clear she's talking to someone else, not you. You know how sometimes they say it's not you, it's me? Well, this time it's you and it's also me. I can't believe I thought you would change for me. I can't believe I thought what you were doing was a sacrifice. You never gave up anything for me. Well, today I saw what love looks like, and it looks a whole lot different than this. Wait, what? Is Trapper... Is Trapper both our exes? Are we that one meme? I don't think you're hearing me, which is weird because I'm practically shouting. Nobody breaks up a Trapper. Nobody. Oh yeah? Fine. Nobody breaks up a Trapper. But I'm not doing that. I'm dumping. Don't you dare say it. I'm dumping Evan McMillan. And there's nothing you can do or he can do about it. It's over between us, Evan. Renai. Trapper turns to the spirit and looks directly at you. You realize that you were laying on the ground in some weird tunnel. I think that your shouting woke up Dex. Say something. I'm not saying quiet. I'm sorry. I think I remember something very personal and quite scary. I sort of wasn't trying to listen in, but I heard a lot. Probably not everything, but I think I woke up in the middle. What did you hear? You jumped in, Trapper. We were never together. I mean, we were together, wink wink. I know you're wearing a mask, but we can't see your eyes. You don't need to say wink 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 out loud. Another reason I have right to have dumped you. You didn't. It was mutual. The jig, as they say, is up. They know you're awake now, and you're going to deal with this awkward situation head on. Okay, so I shouldn't be here, and you two are having a conversation that I don't even involved in. I don't even know how I got here. On this island, this creepy tunnel. As far as the island goes, your guess is as good as mine. As far as this tunnel goes, we brought you here. We? After the lighthouse light came on, you blacked out. On your way down, I thought you must have hit your head or something. It's hard to tell what blood is new or old around here. Either way, I wanted to get you someplace safe, so I asked Trapper for help. It's not that I can't carry you, I just didn't feel like it, you know. I hate anything messing with my shards. Trapper, on the other hand, he loves nothing more than having an unconscious body draped over his shoulder. I could have asked Claudia or Dwight for help, but I don't trust them. But you trust Trapper? Oh, I can trust are two different things. You might think Trapper can be a real jerk, and you'd be right. But you get what you see with him. And that's why I picked him. I liked him. We brought you down here because we're the only ones who know about this place. It's part of an old tunnel network that connects different places on the island. Wraith, get out of here. Shoo. Trapper, you said this place was private. Don't look at me. I didn't tell about it. Half of the appeal of this spot is getting away from people like him. Oh, jeez. I don't really get the whole Trapper spirit thing, but it's not my business. We're not a thing. Nobody traps a Trapper. Not traps or not with traps or relationships. You do realize you're sticking your nose in our business right now, right? Oh, wow, so hostile. I don't want to talk. If you don't want to talk about it, just say so. Okay, shoo, shoo, shoo. The island is a lonely place, which is great for me. I love to be alone. Trapper, on the other hand, he's quite needy. After a lot of pursuit, I finally let him catch up to me, and it became, well, I don't want to call it a relationship because somebody really didn't want to have that talk, but we're more than friends. I dispute the events as told. For the record, I don't pursue, I stalk, and I lie in wait. Seeing eye to eye was not one of the things we were good at. Okay, so I hate to ask, but did I just look into a refrigerator-sized death lamp? So I guess I'm more of a glutton for punishment, I thought. What were you good at? Well, for starters. Excuse me, I'll take that question, thank you very much. If you know anything about me now, is that I'm on a quest. For revenge. Everyone. Exactly. What you might not know, Trapper is a great classical maestro of revenge. Trapper blushes behind the mask. That's one way to compliment a killer. Revenge against friends who had turned their back and betrayed him. Revenge against his father for making him into a monster. Revenge against the barista who wrote Ewan on his cappuccino, knowing his name was actually Evan. For someone who thinks about revenge as much as I do, Trapper's an inspiration. But they say never date your heroes. Good advice, but I don't think that's the saying. And then you came along, Dex. You showed me that it's okay to feel lost, to feel pathetic, to push on when you have nothing real to offer anyone. Okay, thanks. You held up a mirror to my own doubts and fears and showed me that they aren't anything about me. That they aren't everything about me. That I can embrace those things and not be defined by them. You showed me that life after death can be more than just obsession of revenge and mind-blowing woohoo on the ground in a dark cave or dusty old tunnel. Trapper nudges you in the ribs with his elbow. Gross. Clearly appealing to Trapper's better features has been a winning strategy for dumping him, because he seems to be taking it quite well. This whole half-assed dating show parody thing, at first I thought it was like a lame idea. What kind of moron thought there was an audience for this? But then we spent some time together and I realized there's actually something real here. I don't want to give up on it. I don't want to give up on us. Alright. Listen, Dex, while you're knocked unconscious by your minor head trauma like a total weakling, Spirit confided in me that she has real feelings for you. I took it extremely well, naturally, because I trust her and value her opinions. But that doesn't mean I trust you. If you want to get her, you have to go through me first. By passing Trapper's Test. Coming to Behavior TV, Sundays at 8 p.m. Welcome to Trapper's Test. Answer my questions correctly or die by my blade. Okay. Question 1. Spirit's real name. Rin Yamaoka. I know that because I keep going Yamaoka every time I get the map. Okay, you got that one. Don't celebrate yet. Question 2. What lives inside Spirit? A dragon. Sure, everyone knows that. This won't be that easy. Question 3. Where did Spirit work back when she was a normal college girl? La bar. A restaurant. I know. To think I would date a waitress. Don't tell my father ever mingled with the help like that. Jeez. Question 4. What's Spirit's favorite color? Black. Duh. Are these questions largely superficial? Sure. Maybe I didn't get no Spirit that well. Maybe that's why it didn't work out, but who knows? Question 5. You got this. What's worse than being dead? Unfinished business? Ghost? Regretting parts? Not being seen for who you are. Not being seen for who you are? Yeah! When I pitched Trapper's Test to suits at Behavior TV, they told me there's no room for a budget for a new card to be given as the final prize for winning. Oh, do I not get a card? So I killed them all right there on the spot. While killing them didn't solve any budget problems, it sure to feel good. I'm telling you about this to A, brag, B, to explain why the only thing you're going to win is me saying congratulations for passing Trapper's Test. That's fine by me. Not that it was some huge challenge. I mean, the woman's obsessed with a giant light that shines in the dark as a chip on her shoulder about being seen. Go figure. You probably guessed, but rules are rules, even if I just literally made them up. You got it right. So I guess if I approve of you dating Spirit or whatever, never really cared. Maybe I'll find a reason tomorrow. You two have fun. Trapper out. I'm sorry you had to endure that. Oh, 5 measly questions? It was nothing. Not even that. As ridiculous as unnecessary as it was, the whole thing. The waking up in a random tunnel, the overhearing our argument, the news that Trapper and I had something going on, and the stupid quiz, especially the Trapper out catchphrase. It's only because I actually like you. None of this would have happened if I didn't. Oh, well, I really like you too, Spirit. Please, call me Rin. Rin. I don't really feel like our lighthouse experience was completed. There's something else I want to show you. Alone up in the lantern room of the tower. Okay, what's that? Hold on a minute. Oh, wait, do I just censor things? Come back up there with me? There's no place I'd rather be. You excited to return to the lantern room of this lighthouse, despite all the drama and worry that was previously part of... You're excited to return to the lantern room of this lighthouse, despite all the drama and worry that was previously part of this place for you. More importantly, you're excited to be there with Spirit, which makes it the more crushing. Okay, thanks, Claudette and Dwight. Bleh. Before they can explain what spoons mean, the lighthouse begins to howl a low, frightening sound. The lens begins to glow in a now familiar way. You prepare to shield your eyes in case something bad happens to you again. Now isn't the time for any reality show adjacent shenanigans. Dwight, Claudette, shield your eyes. We don't know the lighthouse will. Now, don't interrupt. You think after all this time, you know we got your best interest in mind. Wait, no. Got wax in your ears, friend? I asked you not to interrupt. Okay, well, they're being rude as hell to me, and they're just survivors, so... Too late. The black light flares. In the darkness, you see something horrible and strange. In place of Claudette and Dwight are two ghoulish silhouettes. But before you can focus on them, the light passes and the two survivors are returned to their normal states. It's breezy up here. Should have packed a sweater. What in the hell? Hey, what's the language? You shouldn't speak that way. Hey, it's Oni. Around your elders. Grandpa. My little Ren.
My little Ren, you're such a woman now. They grew up so fast.
Oh, is he gonna kill me? What? Dex, meet Grandpa. Oh, he's technically not just a grandpa. Technically, he's my okay, hold on. Great-great-great-great-great-grandpa. But that's a lot of grace to say in a row.
I haven't seen my little Ren since I watched over her from the afterlife when she was just a little girl. I don't expect you to say all the greats. It's a matter of honor and respect. Except Rin, she can do whatever she wants, my precious little angel. But to you...
Was I supposed to be counting the greats? Oni stares at you with his demonic red eyes. You're pretty sure even the decorative third eye on his mask is looking at you.
You mongrel, you must treat me with respect, or so help me I'll be cleaning bits of your head off with my kanabo.
A kanabo is like a metal baseball bat covered in spikes, FYI.
I'm not sure what a peasant like you is doing with so close a descendant of the noble Yamaoka bloodline in the first place. Dirk, Claudine, explain what's going on to me.
It's Dwight, sir. And Claudette, remember? We explained to you that you're going to come here to meet your great-great-great-great-granddaughter suitor and to give her withhold your approval.
5 greats!
Great-great-great-great-great-grandfather, sir. Your honor, master, sir. Dwight, he's a samurai, not a judge. Grandpa, they must have summoned you here because they think you'd have great judgment, and because if they summoned my father, I'd be distracted with tormenting him for all eternity to continue for the rest of whatever this is, show, game, experience.
Yes, that makes sense. Only a man of my own power and magnitude can help.
Self-important much? Well, nice to meet you, sir.
Yeah, I was like, I ain't saying his first name Kazan. Only my friends and family call me Kazan. Those who tremble in my fear and presence call me Oni.
Your singer is serious resembles a trapper. Not only the sheer size of the man, that Oni is also his attitude. Apparently, Spirit is a type. Are you sure you can or want to measure up to that? It dawns on you, wait a second, maybe you do resemble Oni. Every time you try to look at your own reflection, however, you become dizzy and confused. This definitely deserves more thought, but now's not the best time to consider the fact that you might be some kind of hulkling vampire with the first ever case of self-blindness. There's a massive samurai mad dodging you.
Yeah, okay.
Well, you don't scare me at all, so I'll stick with Kazan. Oh, wow, I'm brave.
Peasants. I realize now the only true person I visit to extinguish your lights.
Oni waves his katana in the air at you menacingly, like great-great-great-great-grandfather, like yeah, whatever. Hold up there, Grandpops, not so fast. You're only supposed to kill them if they deserve it. First you should get to know them a little better.
Young people these days, always waiting to kill people, insisting they must deserve it. Back in my day, you did what needed to be done because your nobility depended on it.
In his day? For such an imposing presence, he sure is giving serious old man yells at Cloud vibes.
You see, when I was a young man, we didn't have foreigners or land, didn't need them. We had an abundance of culture already. A little too much if you ask me. I didn't make the rules. The rulers did exactly how it should be. Literature, art, commerce, theater, fashion, poetry, puppet shows, ghost stories, courtesans, gambling, fighting, fine dining, fast food, public executions. What were we talking about?
Spirit giggles. You wonder, does she even like this guy? She sure hates her father, so... Well, listen up, man. We don't have time to list every activity available to the samurai in the entirety of the Edo period. Why am I hugging back to him so much?
Silence, peasant. You're showing your ignorance. Samurai were forbade from many activities that did benefit the Bushido Code.
Grandpa, no. That's not why I invited you. I didn't invite you to bash him over the head and kill him. In fact, I did invite you. Claudette and Dwight did.
Ah, yes, sure. Wink, wink, wink.
This whole saying winking out loud is getting out of hand. I swear, Dex is a good soul and the heart of a warrior. They fought for my love in their own way, faced down death more than once, and put up with their fair share of nonsense. Nonsense that seems to be endless.
Of course. Who am I to expect anyone to wait for my approval? I won't even hang out with ghosts and watch my bloodline be polluted by cowards and quitters for 5 generations. Just come give your ancestor-in-law a hug.
Sword drawn, Oni beckons you closer. There's no way he's ever hugged anyone in his entire life. I think I'm good.
Rin, now, push him away and I'll split them in half. The sacrifices usurper to the Yamako bloodline will surely bring us back to life and set us on the course of honor.
You're so silly, Grandpa. Revenge of my father. Your great-great-great-grandson, traitor to the Yamaoka line. The lesser violence in your voice, it fills me with cheer. I'll never forget who I am.
I suppose if this is the person you want to be with, to go on your journey of bloody revenge with, I should trust your judgment. The strength inside of your blooms the same cherry tree that was planted centuries ago by our shared ancestors.
And if Dex ever treats me poorly, you have my word on our family's honor. I'll wield my katana and gut them like a fish.
A tear rolls down from behind Oni's demonic mask. You sure you want to marry into this? The one last word of advice, my dear girl. The father stuff, don't forget it. Let me stop focusing so specifically and obsessive on it. What you did was awful, but it's already done. Do something for yourself. Just my 2 cents. Be well, Rin. I hope to see you again soon. Let's go.
Sure? I'm sorry if I was disrespectful of your great-great-great-grandfather. I'm sorry if I was disrespectful of your great-great-great-grandfather. You seem like a very special man. I realize I'll never measure up to someone like that. A warrior with a hell of a fashion sense, I mean, that mask. Don't worry about it. I would never expect you to, or want you to, really. If all I wanted was the biggest brute alive, I'd be down in Trapper's Cave right now avoiding his vintage bear traps. That's not the life I imagined for myself. The sense of abstract duty, anger at the world changing around me, a lesser blood. There's no way to live. That's no way to live. And yet, as you know, this is the Yamaoka way of life. Forever I'm cursed to battle against the dragon that lives inside of me. Or at least maybe I was until now.
Nope.
You haven't won this game yet, so please don't ruin it.
Sorry, I have no idea where that came from.
I think we spent enough time in this lantern. We should go back to the beach.
I was really mean to her grandpa. I don't like that. The moonlight sets the romantic mood as a storm cloud rolls in and surrounds the black lighthouse.
You know, the sun might have set, but if we wait long enough, it'll rise again.
Okay. Spirit removes her sheer robe, showing her the strappy black bikini. Her pale skin glows under the light of the moon.
Maybe you could kill me.
Okay, sunscreen again? Again? I mean, sure.
Yeah, let's do it. To be totally with you, I kind of asked you as a goof, but I really enjoyed it. I swear that if you tell anyone about this, I will not be labeled a foot freak. Not that there's anything wrong with feet. It's just there's something about that kind of attention that gets for people talking.
Steady. Okay, back to this again. Nope, ma'am. Don't make the weird sounds. Wait, that was an almost?
Yeah, I can't read that out loud. Feel free to, yourself. Get up here right now.
Before you can find a towel to wipe off your lotion hand, Spirit grabs you and pulls you in close. Her lips lock into yours. They're surprisingly soft and warm. The sensation is incredible. Clouds cover the moon and you find yourself on the beach of Spirit in complete darkness. And things
come hear you.
So this is what it feels like to fly. As Spirit pulls you close, you feel bits of glass press into your flesh. Pain and pleasure mix and wash over you like the ocean. Salty air stinging your skin as you writhe against your undead lover. The lighthouse howls. In the darkness, you're pretty sure Dragon has let the spirit inside of her take over. If it kills you, you're sure it's been worth it. The clouds part as you manage to pull yourself exhausted away from Spirit. Hey, I got a bloody shard. Probably my blood, isn't it? Yep. A chunk of broken glass is lodged into your shoulder. When you pluck it from your skin, it drips blood. Sorry. I think this got stuck in me when we were, you know. Spirit drags her fingertip over the sharp edge of the glass shard.
Keep it. Consider it a memento. I've got plenty more where that came from.
You arrive at the beach to find Claudette and Dwight waiting for you. Alright, now's the time to face your destiny.
Actually, about that... Oh, did I get a bad ending? Dex, can we talk privately? Maybe I'm not here. Maybe someplace else would be better for this talk?
You know how I feel about schedules.
And you know how I feel about you telling me what to do. Don't do it. Like I said, I'd rather just talk with Dex privately and not in front of everyone else.
You know, from my experience in upper management at my father's mine, I learned that if you're going to fire somebody, it's best to do it in public so they don't freak out.
Wait, you don't think... No, she couldn't be. They seem so in love. Well, I mean, not really. Spirit's still Spirit.
It's because I missed the cherry blossom answer. I think that's it. I think that's where I diverged into a bad ending.
But if I try to imagine Spirit in love, I suppose she hasn't attempted to murder Dex yet. Why is, like...
The common thing is everyone likes me enough not to murder me, but not enough to marry me forever, except for Huntress, because you're very easy, and I love you for that. Okay, fine. Your guess is as good as mine. This girl is very hard to read. End it quickly.
I don't need any advice. Everyone out except for Dex.
And hey.
Especially you, out.
Lame. Alone with Spirit, you feel something awful hanging in the air. More awful even than the lingering smell of the Cleaver body spray. Ugh. That gag, I'm gagging. We're all gagging. Spirit, Rin,
I don't know what you're planning to say, but before you say anything, just know that I really, really enjoyed my time with you. Getting to know you the past few days has helped me to know myself. For that, I just wanted to say thank you. That's sweet, and you're welcome. And you know what? It's that kind of thing that shows me you've got a good heart inside of you. Too good for me to carve out and toss into the ocean, but also too good for me to love. I was too good? I need someone who shares my interests, someone I could connect with, someone jaded and dispassionate, only driven forward by desire for revenge. I need someone who isn't so warm that I feel cold in comparison. I need someone who isn't you. Can we just be friends? Sure. Before you finish that, just know that if we're not friends, we're probably enemies, and I will destroy you. Friends! I'm glad to have you here for me when I need you, but also not too close to me when I don't. So yeah, see you around. The spirit leaves. Wait, what? That's it? I'm not sure I'd use the word ends, and for that matter, I wouldn't say that I'm leaving, but us, we're definitely through. The fact that you can't see that, well, it just proves that we were never really belonged together anyway. Good night, Dex. Oh, come on! I don't know what that means, but I said good night, Dex. See you around. I'm sorry, what a bummer. Why did you keep saying she'll see me around? No idea. Alright, yeah, I got a neutral ending. Alright, that is Spirit's Route. I will definitely chop this down shorter, so it's not going to be 2 hours long. If you guys want me to go again, and if you guys want to see the true ending, just let me know. Or if you really, really, for some reason, want to see me do Wraith, we'll take 50 likes. That's not a lot, but enough. 50 likes, and sure, I'll do Wraith. Alright, well, I'm out of here. See ya!